gonna love this.
I want to hear it. I'm objective. You're critical.
Anico at the disco.
He's positive. Join the Mixtape 615.
Today, tomorrow, yesterday,
It is the dopest supporter group in all of Nashville.
forever. Testing 1 2 3. This is Mixtape 615 podcast, and we are the voice of who? The fans. That's you. All right, we're gonna talk some Nashville SC real quick. We got a lot of good stuff to talk about, so lock in with me real quick. I'm your boy Tunji, aka Young Turtle, Lee Soccer Face, SF Doom, the DR Kid, affectionately known as Steam Papi Yamame Por Favor, aka Mississippi My Ties on this beach in Belize, feeling cool, like a summer breeze. Yo, Austin, how many shots of Malort does it take for Nashville SC to get lucky?
5.
It doesn't matter, because if they lose, you can find me at Lucky's 3-star bar throwing back them shots until I start talking like a true Chicagoan, aka Chicago Mike. And this right here is a Mixtape 615 podcast. Once again, Austin, tell them who you are, please.
What's up, guys? My name is Austin, aka Wildman, aka Ginger Snap. Don't cross this ginger because he may snap. AKA the Fumbling Dublin, because St. Patty's Day right around the corner next week. Let's go. That's like my people's time, man. Irish, the red, all of it. It's leprechauns. Here we go.
Never seen anyone get this excited for St. Patrick's Day, bro.
AKA Chicky Parm Parm, AKA Red Beard, the dopest pirate in all the 7 seas. Logan, tell me who you are.
All right, guys, it's your boy Logan, aka Beer Main, aka Manga Man, aka Lucky Logan, and this is the Mixtape 615 podcast, brought to you by the Mixtape 615 supporter group, the dopest supporter group in all of Nashville, in all of soccer, in all the world. And you guys know exactly where you want to go. It is to mixtape615.com. That is mixtape615.com to jump in with us. There's a lot of soccer news out there in the world right now.
I'm gonna jump in real quick. We're just gonna jump in real quick.
I'll get there. I will get there.
Soccer news.
Of course, you guys. Soccer news, like Liverpool being bounced from UEFA
UCL. I was getting there, guys.
And
I was gonna get there.
Bayern Munich moving forward 5-0 on aggregate. You've got
Arsenal hasn't even played their second game yet.
7-1 in aggregate already. So you know our teams are moving on.
What a lovely day! What a lovely day.
You know,
how you feeling, boss?
I'm feeling like we're 15 points up in the Premier League right now.
With
almost no way for anybody to catch us. The bottom 11 teams.
Best of Europe,
still cannot.
I guess that's
still cannot catch us. Arnie Slot winning a trophy in the first year is still going to be
give Arnie
awesome.
Give Arnie
the either way. You know what? We're going to bring it out of Europe and we're going to bring it back to Nashville, because there was a game that happened just this past weekend that all of us can celebrate instead of the YouTube just trying to be jealous and dogging on me. So let's talk about this. Portland against
right next to my head, boss.
Nashville. Austin, take it away.
What's up, guys? We are going right into a match rewind. We got our first win, guys. We beat Portland Timbers 2-0 after missing 2 PKs. It was a pretty crazy, outrageous match. We didn't know what to think as the supporters. We got all excited when they called the PKs, all down and, you know, in our sorrows when they missed the 2 PKs, and then we scored. And guys, 2 young bloods getting some goals. Logan, tell me your big takeaway from this first Nashville SC win of the season.
Man, I'm just saying it's exciting to see our new guys get involved in the attack as much as they were. Excuse me. And let's be honest, the biggest thing that I saw out of all of it, one of the coolest things that I saw, is how aggressive we were from start to finish. It wasn't even that we were aggressive in most of the game and then held back after we scored that first one. No, we stayed aggressive even after the second goal, even after our new guys came in like the 83rd minute. Like, it was great. It really was. I can't say enough good things about it.
Yeah. Okay. Very positive from Logan's end. Tunji, give me your big takeaway after this first Nashville SC win.
One word. Control. This is the most control I've ever seen this team exhibit during a game, like ever. I mean, remember like a year ago when we suffered one of the worst losses in our history to Portland Timbers?
4-0, right?
4-0.
Or was it 4-1? Something like
it doesn't matter actually at this point. I think it was 4-1. I think it was. I don't even want to think about it, bro. It doesn't matter because that was then. This is now. All right. We got the guys that we needed back into the lineup to at least get this win right now. Right.
Yep. Yeah.
The swagger, the absolute swagger that Ahmed Qasem brings to this team. I mean, he scores and does a celebration that he 100% will be fined by the MLS for. Doesn't matter. We're starting to GoFundMe. Just look down in the links there. You'll find it if that does come to fruition.
Bro, I am ready to become Nike. As Nike was to MJ, we will be for Ahmed Qasem. We will pay all the fines. Bring it. I want that swagger. But hey, let's talk about, we've got the positives, and I want to come back to those, but let's talk about the 2 PKs that were missed. We had Sam Surge draw a PK, and he looked good, was in a good position, and then Hany sets up to take it. I think I want to go back and I want to look. I apologize I didn't do it before this, so please, fans, don't hate me if I get it wrong. But I think he's gonna get it wrong. Dating back the last like 2 or 3 PKs that Hany has taken, he's missed. Now I want to go back and double check that because he did miss a few and had a few blocked last season. So is Hany losing his PK form? What do you think?
I'm seeing a trend. Because I remember back in the day, the glorious days of Hany's MVP season, where he would line up and it was all but guaranteed that it was going in. It didn't always look like it wasn't just like buried in the back of the net, like like we see with some other players, but like he had enough shiftiness, enough trickiness to like, all right, I'm fairly positive Hany is getting this PK. Like he was on a roll. Like you said, I don't know what the exact numbers are. Probably should have studied that before we got on the pod. That's okay. We are who we are, and we'll move past it. But I do not get the level of confidence that I used to have every time Hany lined up. And honestly, I missed it. I was gone for that most of that first. I actually walked in as soon as Andy Najar scored. I walked to the supporters section, so you're welcome. He was waiting on me, but. Like I went back and watched. I was like, it actually wasn't the worst take from Hany. It wasn't the worst attempt. The goalkeeper just got a couple fingertips on it and pushed it off his side.
And then off the bar.
Yeah. Yep. So it was a bad shake for Hany. But I again not as confident as I used to be when Hany steps up to the line, and I'm hoping that he can fix that, especially if he's going to be the main guy that's taking our PKs. Because Sam got that PK for him. And Hany took it.
Yeah.
You got to bury those.
But then Sam comes back up and he misses one of his own to the same spot. Goalie guessed it right twice. Our players both pushed it to the same direction. Logan, what are your thoughts on Sam going to the same spot right after seeing Hany get his blocked?
They were broadcasting it the whole time. Both of them were. And I'm not saying that in a mean way. But I was sitting there looking at it, and me, an average fan, looking at it, and I'm just saying, oh, they're going bottom right. Oh, he's going bottom right. And just, it seemed like they were slower on the ball in a PK than I've seen either of them previously. Because we've seen both of them, kick PKs before. And it really did. It felt slower on the ball than either one of them have been before. And so I really am kind of wondering and wary, and it kind of felt like, oh, this here it goes. Here's another, how this is going to end up. This is another just maybe a loss for us again. But we stayed aggressive the whole time, so I couldn't take that, on its own as a whole. But it really did felt like they were telegraphing. It really did feel like they were broadcasting it. I was kind of curious as to why. Qasem came up and acted like he was going to try and take the penalty on that second one. And honestly, maybe we would have gotten it had he done it. Who knows? I mean, granted, there should have been 7 other goals that night that we didn't score.
Yeah, there were a few. I mean, I didn't actually look at the final expected goals. I'll take a look and see if I can find that for us. But I mean, it had to be over 3-4 because Qasem had hit a crossbar, Alex Mora had a couple big chances. We had 2 PKs, and we had a good amount of shots on net. And so the expected goals being as high as they were, what are your thoughts, Tunji, on the team? Yes, we won 2-0, and we should be excited about that. What are your thoughts, though, on the team not being able to finish some of those chances that I feel like we should have?
I'm of two minds because there was a lot of talk online, and Jeff being one of the homies, Nashville SC Stats, he said that it's not a good look to have, they have 24 shots on goal, something like that.
23 shots total.
24 shots total, and then how many on goal?
11.
Yeah,
it's 11 according to Nashville.
Okay, there you go. Well, so what he was trying to say was, and I might be, Jeff, forgive me if I'm getting this wrong or just butchering what you were trying to say, but he was saying that it didn't look like a team that was like knew that they were just desperate. It looked like they were desperate, I think is what he was trying to say. And I could see that, but then you go back to last week, or when we played the Red Bulls and where we only had a couple of shots in total. I'm like, at a certain point, bro, you just gotta start getting shots up. We'll worry about the precision of the shots or the accuracy. I always failed that question in high school. Which one is which one is right, but accuracy or precision? We'll worry about it. Whatever it is, we'll worry about that later. At this point, I just need to see some shots in the direction of the goal. So for me, I'm happy that they got 24 shots up. It does show some aggression. If it's desperate, it's desperate. We're three games in, no wins. That was the third game, no wins, no goals. That third game, take as many shots as you can, bro. Let's shake whatever rust that we have off and break that seal.
Absolutely. And I think the fans were ready for it too. Being in the stadium as soon as that first goal hits, right as basically to end the half, Andy Najar gets his first as a boy in gold. We were super excited about that one. I think that guy has been a workhorse these first 3 matches. And yeah, exactly. I mean, what a shot. I think it was at that point he was like, I'm not passing anymore. I'm taking my chance. And boy, was it a chance. I mean, it got us up, got the fans excited, completely stole the momentum going into the second half. So that was super, super exciting. Let us know your takes. We are super happy. Nashville SC on the win column, got one in there. We are going to close this one out and come right back because we got to talk about some player power rankings. You don't want to miss that. Coming up. Are you tired of neck or back pain? Maybe it's shoulder pain or headaches get in the way of your busy life. Well, Christ Chiropractic is right here in Franklin, Tennessee, and they've been helping families and professionals live their best life for over 25 years. They specialize in spinal decompression therapy and chiropractic adjustments that are there to tackle the pain and get down to the root cause without drugs, without surgery. So whether it's stress from work or chasing your kids around, they have got you covered. Visit christchiropractic.com. That's CRIST chiropractic.com to schedule your appointment and take the first step toward living a pain-free life.
Check it out. We're 3 games in, and we want to take a look at how we feel about now that we've seen some of like the main guys who we expect to play. We got, Wyatt and Corcoran. They have both now faded back to the bench, or wherever they're going to be at. And, no offense to them. We loved them. They filled in when we needed them to be there. But now we've got Yaz. We've got Brugman getting some time. Qasem got his first start. I think we can start doing some pretty objective like power rankings of, well, I say objective, but this is literally how we each feel who's our favorite players right now. Subject.
Yeah, subject.
There we go. That's the word I was looking for. So let's just get going. Logan, give me your top 3 right now. Who are your top 3 favorite players on this team right now?
All right, I'm gonna eat a little bit of crow with this first one. It's my number 3. Just because I called him out and said this could be a possible break year for him. But Walker Zimmerman has really stepped up in the last, and all 3 of these matches, I feel like he's really done well in his position. And so it's hard to take anything away from it. I mean, as far as anything negative from him, he has been strong in his position. He has done really well with communicating forward. He has done really well with getting the ball off of his own feet quickly with strong decision making and solid pass throughs.
I think he's also really made Joe Willis feel a lot more comfortable, especially this last match. You saw Joe Willis feel a lot more comfortable.
Yeah, I mean the defense has been really strong, especially this last match. They were really strong. Granted, some of that had to do with Portland kind of being down. I know we didn't say it as much in the match rewind, but kind of be down a few players as well. But man, they really did look like they were heading in the right direction, especially with one running up with you saw Andy run up quite a bit. So I'm really happy to see how strong he kept that back line.
All right, what's your number 2?
Number 2 is Andy Najar, another defensive player. One of the biggest strengths that I have out of that is the fact that not only did he score his first goal, yes, we see that, but he is not afraid to come up on the attack. He is honestly, he's just as fast getting back as he is coming forward. It's really awesome to see that, and he is trying to create chances not just for himself but for other players as well. And let's be honest, that shot from out out of ways he took was a pretty strong shot. It was like Randall Leal's kind of shot, but it was on target.
That was a FIFA shot, bro. That was like the first
that was a
angle. Like,
yeah. Oh yeah.
But again, he's a guy who plays for the national team, understands what he needs to do.
He doesn't just play for the national team; he leads his national team.
Exactly. He's a Honduran legend.
We've never talked about with him is like literally the impact he's had on the Honduran community out here in Nashville SC. I have a few guys I work with who are from Honduras, and
my next door neighbors are Honduran, and they were at the match. That was their first match to go to this year. It's like maybe their third match to go to total. And I got to talk to them today, and they were just ecstatic. They were like, "Oh my gosh, did you see Andy Najar? He's from Honduras." I was like, "I know. Like, I was gonna talk to you guys about this. It's crazy, isn't that awesome?"
Oh, it's amazing having players like that who can bring out their local community. I kind of am hoping that Qasem gets that kind of love from the Iraqi and if there's a Swedish community out here, hoping he kind of gets that love, bro. All right, I kind of feel like I can. What else?
I can't remember where, because his parents are both from 2 different nations. He was raised in Sweden, so he's played with the Swedish like younger youth teams, but he has the ability, he's the unique ability to be able to actually play for 3 different international teams.
All right, well, I'll let you do some research there and figure that out. All right, I kind of feel like I already know who your number 1 is, but I'm gonna let you say it. Go ahead.
I mean, it's the guy we were just talking about, Hany 2.0. It's Ahmed Qasem. Ahmed Qasem is literally like he is the guy who I knew would be there. And the way he got the ups on his goal was insane. The one he hit off the crossbar, like, it was right there. Played really well and strong. I'll give an honorable mention to the Eddie Togstad, who ran over 8 miles. Just in the one match and played solidly in the center. But man, Ahmed Qasem, I know he's going to be it. I know he's going to be the guy we start to lean on.
What is it?
I mean, he's got to be the next number 10. Like, there's no way around it.
Wow, that's big praise. Okay. All right. Well, I think we'll stick around for a little bit longer. We'll probably get into that in the next segment. But before we get there, Austin, I need to hear your top 3. Hit me.
All right, I'm going to start off with my number 1, and I'm going to go down opposite of what Logan. Number 1 top player for me right now in the first 3 matches is Andy Najar. He is the workhorse. He is keeping our offense going. I feel like as a right back, I feel like he's more playing that wing back. He is, I don't know if he's playing like true fullback. I think he really is playing that wing back where he's playing really high. But he is creating chances. Some of those key passes that he had in this last match were really good. He set up players.
He's playmaker.
Was he one of the ones that won the second penalty? I can't remember. I know Sam Surge won the first one. I can't remember who.
I think Ahmed
who won this. It might have been Qasem. It might have been Qasem.
Qasem.
But anyways, Andy Najar got his first goal. We talked about it. It was a FIFA-like goal. I mean, the angle was perfect. It was a rocket shot right in front of the supporter section to, etch his name in gold for the boys in gold. So Andy Najar is definitely my number one. Number two is Eddie Togseth. I mean, that dude he is our first two matches. He was man of the match, and that's not for no reason. I mean, he is, there's the chant, from Ted Lasso that came on in the supporter section. He's here, he's there, he's every bleeping where. Togseth. Like, I mean, the fans love him. He's all over the place. He's that antagonist. He's that instigator, that enforcer that Logan called him. And I'm loving everything that I'm seeing from Eddie Togseth. He is a strong number two. And then number three, this guy still has to be up there. I know that we've talked about him a little bit, but because the standard is what he set, it is Hany Mukhtar. Hany Mukhtar still has to be in the top three of our power rankings. He is the one that set the standard that we are judging everyone else by. We're talking about it in our next segment. Future Hany, not future star. We're saying future Hany because he was the MLS MVP. He was the Golden Boot winner for us. But let's not forget about who he is. He is the leading key passer for our team. So he has the most key passes for Nashville SC. Now, for those of you who are unaware of what a key pass is, a key pass is defined as the final pass or pass leading to a goal scoring opportunity or a shot being taken. He is actually fourth in the league right now for this season in key passes. So it's not on him to finish the shots. We talked about how Hany needs to be a distributor. He's distributing it. The people aren't finishing the chances that he's giving them. And so Hany he is literally fourth in the league and leading our team in key passes this season. And yes, he missed a penalty kick. He hasn't scored yet this season, but we are dogging him because that's the standard that we expect from Hany. We're not paying attention to the little things that he is doing to set up the team to be successful. And he is doing that night in and night out still. And I think that he deserves that mention.
Man, that is a great stat that you've got there. That's a very strong point, dude. I did not think about any of these things or know that he was like our leading key passer. People, man.
Does it change your rank, Dizzy?
Well, I kind of had to change mine now because every one of mine, except for the last one, was the exact same as Austin. So I'm just gonna throw some fun ones out there. Yeah.
All right, give us your number three.
My number three is Yazbek, the Yaz.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah. Seeing him take over that CM role, this is when I was talking about control. I was talking about him. That every time the ball came back to our defensive third, he calmly collected it and distributed it back up to where it's supposed to be. Right. That was exactly a lot of what we were missing when we were talking about the midfield can't move the ball. Like Yazbek he just doesn't like the ball to be anywhere near the goalkeeper, anywhere near our back line. That's a crazy, insane skill to have, bro.
Logan and I talked about it on a Nashville Fan TV after the match, and it's almost as if like him and Eddie Togseth are almost playing like joint number 6. And I feel like that's like both of their like true roles.
Yeah, they're just sweeping up any of the mess that goes too far back. Yeah, no, they're playing great. All right, I guess I'll give some honorables out since you stole all of my top two.
I like honorables. Let's go.
What's your number two?
Honorable. It was Togseth, but and I even had to chant. There because he was.
You can still say it's Togseth. Again, I said he was my honorable. So
I'm giving it to Alex Mukhtar. I'm giving it to Alex Mukhtar.
He did great.
That's who I'm giving it to. No, he did great. But the thing I really like about Alex is just he doesn't care if he shoots and misses. He doesn't care if he gets crossed up and falls down. He gets right back up, and I can just tell, bro. This guy has no quit in him. Love that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And then Chaos King. Number one again was Andy Najar, just because he's keeping us alive. I think when you have a left back or a right back who can not only defend well But also, I mean, did you guys see like when there was no pass available to him back there, he would take the ball up to the midfield, dribble around guys, and then find the pass. That's crazy to me. But again, because Austin wants to be a glory hog and steal all of my picks, I guess I'll go with Tempo. Tempo doesn't get enough love. Tempo doesn't get enough love.
The mascot. Gotta love the mascot.
Yeah, Tempo's getting this one. I felt so bad when he came over to the supporters section and tried to do like the whole Kenergy chant, and no one was giving him any love.
Nobody understood.
No, I told him, I was like, bro, you need a better call to action, but I don't know anything about this.
This is a tough match
man.
for Tempo. You weren't there at the beginning of the match, Tunji, but he tried to run on the field with the flag and ran into one of the pyro boxes and tripped and fell and rolled. Yeah, and it was bad. This is a rough match for Tempo.
Yeah, so let's give Tempo the number one this week, bro. Let's give him the number one. All right, well, that was fun. That's weird. This is the first time we ever did that. If you guys like that segment, go ahead and drop a few comments. Let us know. We want to keep bringing you fun entertainment segments, but we are going to move on to something probably a little bit more serious now, and that's the future of this team.
What's up, Mixtape family? The new season's around the corner. In fact, it's already here, and you know it's time to turn it up. Tailgates, away match days, the whole shebang.
And here's the play. Our official watch party spot this season is going to be Lucky's 3-star bar. That's 3 stars out of 5, and it's just a short walk from Geodis Park on 4th Ave.
Nah, man, I'm giving them 5 stars out of 5 because Lucky's is where it is at. The pregame is strong, catching every single minute of the action, watching our Nashville SC boys get the dub with the dopest supporter group in all of Nashville.
And you already know you can still get lit with me at Lucky's. Cold drinks, glizzy, screens everywhere. The vibe is undefeated.
So roll up with your squad. In fact, you're part of our squad. Come to Lucky's 3-star bar. It's our new away match day headquarters. Let's make this season legendary.
Big energy all season long. Let's get it.
Yeah. We're back from being back. Shout out to Tunji right there.
Thank you, sir.
We are talking a little bit more about the future of this club, in particular, Hany himself, or maybe not Hany himself, maybe somebody who could take that role. The question was brought up both in Reddit, on X, all over social media a few times. Some people are claiming that Hany is washed, that Hany's prime is behind him, and there's a lot of debate on that, and so we wanted to kind of bring it here. I wanted to bring it to you guys a little bit about this. So Austin, Tunji, real fast, just yes or no, is Hany washed? Tunji, just yes or no. Now we'll get into the explanations, but yes or no, is he washed?
Why are you putting me on the spot, bro? No,
hey, Austin's about to have to answer the same thing.
No, okay. I'm not gonna do that to Hany.
No, he is not.
Okay. So now here it comes. I agree. I don't think he's washed. I think he might be a little bit ready to go in the machine, but I don't think he's washed yet. We got to see if there's still some life in him. But that is the question: is there life still left in Hany? So Tunji, out of what you've seen over the last 3 matches, again, we haven't seen a goal out of Hany in a while. He just recently missed a PK, which almost, again, like you said, was almost a guaranteed goal out of him in the past years. So what do you think Hany has to do in order to get back to that place of being the prime player he has been and has shown us that he can be?
Scoring always helps. Definitively putting the ball in the net always helps. But one of the things I've always known about Hany is he is really good at finding people. He is really good at distributing the ball, just like Austin was saying in that last segment. Like, that's something I knew, but I didn't notice that the numbers behind it. But when you are the face of your franchise, right, and you became the face of the franchise by becoming the highest scorer of the franchise, people are going to start saying that you're washed when you don't score as much. So he's got. I think this. You know, I don't know anything, bro. I'm just an armchair analyst over here. All right, but I would say this. A fanalist. I would say this might be a fork in the road moment. You've got guys like Qasem coming in. You got guys like Andy Najar saying, "Screw it, honey. If you don't want to score, I'll do it." If Sam Surge can get back on track, like he could be a good source of goals. Does Hany want to continue bearing the weight of the world by trying to be 40% of our goals in the net, right? Or does he want to find ways? And we've said this before. Does he want to change his style up, or at least change the way he approaches the game right now, and be like, you know what? Let me get some of these other guys some goals. And we've had this conversation before, but now I'm starting to think, well, bro, you actually have the opportunity to do this now with all the new guys on the pitch, with Andy Ahmed coming in and saying, "Hey, bro." Yeah, that was you know why I'm saying that, but I was just saying, bro, like with him coming in and saying, you know what, bro, shooter's gonna shoot. And I'm going to shoot every chance I get. There was a point in that game where he just said, you know what, bro? I don't care what's going to happen. I'm putting the ball in the net tonight, right? He tried to take the PK. He had one go off the crossbar. And then that last one, with no hesitation, finished it.
And he got high. I mean, I swear he jumped 20 feet in the air.
Yeah,
it was crazy.
He had some hops, man.
He had ups.
He had ups, bro.
Well, speaking of Qasem, in general, Austin, I said it, you know, within the last couple of podcasts. We've recorded a few of these, but I said it within the last couple of podcasts. Ahmed Qasem very easily could be Hany 2.0. What are you seeing out of him that could possibly take over Hany's spot?
I don't know if I'm seeing enough yet. I'm seeing hunger though. And I think that's the key right there. Just like Tunji was saying, like he said, I'm putting this ball in the back of the net, and that's what we want. It's a guy who plays completely abandoned. It's a guy who plays, you know, not holding anything back and 100% pedal all the way down. I'm going for a goal. And we want to see that. We want to see, especially with how the league is changing. It's becoming a goal scoring league. You're seeing less and less of these, you know, every now and then you'll see it with a Nashville SC and New England match where you get the 0-0 draws, but you're seeing less of those and you're seeing higher scoring matches. I mean, look at, you know, unfortunately we're about to play Philly, but look at Philly and how they're scoring goals this year. You've got teams like Miami. You've got teams like, is it San Jose?
Diego.
Or San Diego is coming in.
Another 3 goals.
But San Jose, I mean, has turned their, you know, entire club around from last season to this season. And so the more that you're seeing these goal scorers taking over the league, you've got to add it. It's kind of the new 3-point for the NBA, how it used to be all big men and now it's all 3 points. And so you've got to have guys who can score. And I think that Qasem can be that for us because he's got that hunger.
The thing that I like about Qasem, if you watched his conference, the press conference after the match, he described himself as an offensive player, which is one of the main reasons he said I wanted to come to the MLS. But the other thing is, you know, he's gunning for a spot on a Swedish national team or any of the other national teams that he
one
has
of his national teams,
one of the national teams that he has an opportunity to play for. So I love that because that he's like you said, he's hungry, but that gives him that extra edge. He's like, bro, I'm not just playing so that BJ Callahan could give me a start. I took the starting spot in 2 games, right? All it took was 2 games for me to get that starting spot. I am trying to make it to that national team. I need a player like that on our team because it elevates the standard. At least his personal standards should elevate the standard of the whole team, or at least the offense side of the team.
Yeah.
Well, that personal standard is something, you know, to that we have said who's held that above the players around him in years past. Do you feel like this team now has a couple players that can stand beside Hany? And if so, are they overshadowing him in any way?
That's a good question. There's definitely players that stand beside him. Qasem stands beside him already, right? He's looking to get Hany the ball in great places. I think Tagsef stands beside him right now. He is also. There's been times where I'm like, Hany, you need to pass to Tagsef, bro. He's wide open. I don't know what Tagsef's scoring ability is, but he's actively finding the space that you need to find. That if Hany can just lay it off to him, as a number 10, Hany, yes, should be looking to create chances, but he also should be looking to put players in the positions to take those shots. And I'm not sure if I'm seeing enough of, I don't know. Austin said that he's the guy that does that for us, but and I can nitpick all I want, but I'm going back to that Red Bulls game. I was like, there was multiple times I was like, Hany, just lay it off, bro. Lay it off to Tagsef and we're golden right now. Yeah. So now the second part of your question is, are they overshadowing him? Yeah, maybe because there's been multiple times where Hany's taken shots and they've just been wide misses. I would say right now they're just slightly overshadowing him. But again, look at what he's doing in the trenches. Look at the subtle movements he's making, and I'm like, he's just being the Hany Mukhtar that we know to be in the beginning of the season. I just want him to hurry up and get to that mid-form season that he usually shows us.
Season.
That goal. So and maybe that's just who he's always been, and that's who he's always going to be. If so, it's great that we have guys like Tagsef, Yaz, and Qasem coming out the gate firing right now, because if that's just what Hany, if it just takes Hany a while to get going, like Gary said, cool, bro. Like, he's still going to give us those goal contributions that we expect from him. They just usually come later in the season. Well, we address that problem by finding guys who can come, who are young and are ready to go right out the gate.
And not only are we finding those guys as a whole when it comes to the club, but also Hany's finding those guys on the pitch. Austin, you said it earlier. He's the key pass leader for the team and number 4 in the MLS as a whole. Hany, obviously, all of us know he is not washed. I don't think any of us can say that's the case. But let's say this trajectory that we are on currently continues. Hany may not be the same player that we have known him to be in the past when it comes to our goal scorer. Do you feel like he is okay or could be okay with transitioning into a role that puts him mainly in the assist side?
I think that he can.
Or do you feel like he still has a fire?
I think that it's both. It's yes and. I don't think it's an either or. I think that he can, because let's not forget, in his MVP season, yes, he had 23 goals. He also had 16 assists. And so it can be a yes and. I don't think it has to be an either or. So I think that now that he's got players who can create their own goal scoring opportunities as well, I think that it's going to take a little bit more pressure off of him to have to be the guy. I mentioned it, the key passes, we keep going back to that. He's setting up some of these players. Now, if we can get it to the right people, if these players can actually put themselves in a position to finish the chances that he's giving them, then I think you see his assist go up, and then other teams are going to have to start paying attention to those guys and not just Hany. And so then I think that it opens up a little bit more opportunity for Hany to start getting back to goal scoring.
All right. I think that's a good thing. Again, Hany's not washed. I think there's still a lot of chances for him to continue to be the guy. But if things stay on the trajectory that they are, in my opinion, I think we do have a Hany 2.0 in the wings ready to go. And that's in Qasem. But hey, that's just my opinion. I know Tunji, Austin, you guys gave your opinions on that. Everyone who's listening, give us your opinions. I want to see it in our comments. I want to hear it from you guys. Let us know what you think, because clearly y'all have been talking, because we're listening, and we're just bringing that question here because the voice of the fans wants to make sure we're talking about what the fans are talking about. So if you got other topics, anything for us, bring it to us. But other than that, Austin, take us home, man.
All right, guys. Well, we are going to wrap another episode of the Mixtape 615. Big love to you guys. We try to be y'all's voice. If you do have anything, we want to listen. We want you guys to give us your questions, comment on our videos, comment on our podcast, leave us reviews, tell us what we're doing right, and definitely send us a message. We've got mixtape615.com. I think there's a way that you can message us on there. Is that right, Tunji?
Yeah, just hit the contact us page and
Contact us.
We're constantly, fielding questions there.
Hit us up on our socials. You can just find us on X, Facebook, Instagram at Mixtape615. Hit us up on those. We all three can check that. So definitely give us your questions. Give us your comments. We want to know. Don't forget, guys, stay connected. Hit us up at mixtape615.com. And for all of our video content, you can find us at Mixtape615 Pod on YouTube. But guys, keep it real, keep it vibing. Don't forget to tune in next week. We do have a surprise guest. You've seen some players on here. We're going to have another Nashville SC personality coming on. You don't want to miss that next week. But until then, Mixtape 615 is signing off.